All right, good evening. Here we go. We got a heck of a pitching performance going on right here from Crochet. He's currently out in the eighth inning. I'm sure some of you guys are watching this game right now. Hopefully, all you guys are watching this game right now. It's been a good game. Freed and Crochet did their thing. Obviously, the Red Sox got that little rally off of Weaver there. So we'll keep tabs on this game. Oof, just punched out Grisham. So, yeah, great day for pitching pretty much all around. Some interesting managerial moves. Council with Palencia early. We'll get into all of that tonight. And, yeah, much, much more, obviously. Man, Crochet's got it working today. So it's going to be interesting to see. I thought Whitlock would have been in there by now, but they're pushing Crochet here at 105 pitches to this point. All right, let me get this thing going. Yeah, Volpe, that was a big hit. That was a big hit. All right, here we go. So earlier I made a video on the Skubal performance, 14 strikeouts, career high. It's live on my page already. He was unbelievable in this game. He kind of showed why it's his Cy Young, I think. But Crochet is also right there with him. This has been a great battle all year. Both guys have stepped up huge, pitching into the eighth inning in this first game of the wild card series. Oh, Volpe gets another hit, so Yankees are alive in this game. Let's go over here and let's hit the scoreboard right now. Actually, research tool. Let's put the live game up here. This is something that we've been test driving for Baseball and Coffee, but it's like a different way of looking at it without me on the screen. So test driving that a little bit, coming up with a logo for this as well. Currently one man on. Wells is up. 0-1 count on my other computer over here. 0-2 count already on here. So the live game is ahead of this, I believe. 99-1, still cooking. What other stuff can we get here? I thought for sure AC would have went Whitlock here. All right, let's see what we got in the chat right now. Strike zone was all over the place in Tigers guards. A lot of high strikes. Skubal was beneficiary of a lot of high strikes. We're gonna go look at the dugout app in a minute, and we'll go watch some of the Skubal stuff because that was the first game, and also the Will Vest stuff. I didn't get to watch the ninth inning, so I'm curious. Looked to me like Cleveland was threatening there. So I'm going to check that out. Was I ever friends with Crochet? Yeah, he actually had the locker next to me in spring this year. Solid dude, man. Good guy. Definitely a warrior. You could tell he was geared up mentally. He was in a great mental spot to attack this season. I was impressed with him. Student of the game. You don't know, but from like across the way, I just felt like, just looking at him, like prototyping him, I thought he was just like, big guy, throw hard type of guy, but there's a lot more layers to him than just that. And the work ethic was certainly there, and the respect factor. And what really stood out to me was the Red Sox had a lot of guys that were former teammates of his with the White Sox. So it was like Giolito, Hendricks. There was Zebby Zavala was around. There's probably somebody else I'm forgetting, and they all kind of revered him as a personality right away. So that meant a lot. That told me a lot about what his teammates think of him. He's got a 1-2 count on Wells here. Oof, bad call. He dotted a pitch on the corner right here. So we'll get into that in a minute. Would I have taken out Max? I was a little surprised once he started that inning that he didn't keep going. Obviously, they had identified a run there that they wanted to go to with Weave. We'll have to rewatch that whole Weaver outing, but to me it looked like he didn't really have fastball command. Ooh, Crochet almost hits Wells in the head, as you can see here on this visual. That ball was scary, riding up and in. I'm a little worried about Hunter Green today. He doesn't seem to do well against the Dodgers. Well, he's getting another opportunity right here. The best pitchers always feel like they just haven't gotten enough opportunities yet, more so than they can't beat a certain, opponent. Excuse me, sir, do you have the express written consent from MLB to disseminate all accounts of descriptions of this game? I have something. I don't know if it's express written consent, but I have some sort of consent. But we're not watching live, as you might notice, on the actual stream, because you can't do that. MLB obviously has to serve the interests of their broadcast partners. So, but we're doing the next best thing. We'll be able to break things down as they happen. Since this game is going, I think after this half inning, or at least maybe even after this batter, I might start jumping into looking at some of the stuff that's happened. All right, now Crochet punches him out looking. Wells hates the call, but this one was in there too. All right, let's get out of this for a second. Let's head back to the Dugout app, and let's go find this Wago. I mean, Crochet's at 117 pitches. Here comes AC. So man on first. When Crochet exits this game, it's going to be 7 2/3. It's going to be 7 2/3, 4 hits, 1 run, no walks, 11 strikeouts. The 1 run being a homer. And we're going to see how that happened. It actually, there's not really much to see here early. I mean, Goldschmidt gets a hit in the first at bat of the game. But overall, Crochet threw the shit out of the ball in this game. A lot of strikeouts. This is a Judge single. So at the beginning, it did look like they were going to get a little rally going. Yankee fans a little early on their feet in this one. Judge finally whacks the ball through the hole. It was interesting to see. We watched all the Judge at-bats yesterday, I believe. Crochet versus Judge from the whole season on the stream in the morning. And, he was throwing him a lot of fastballs, but these cutters were also quite effective when Judge was looking for a fastball. Most of those were more of the chase variety, though. This one's down in zone. This is a dangerous spot to Judgy, obviously. No big deal, though. It's just a single, and then he gets himself out of it. Strikeout here. Doors up top. Tough matchup for anybody, really, but especially left on left. Now, Big G. Big G got some pitches to hit in this game. Didn't do much with them, which I think speaks a little bit to maybe where he's at, as well as where Crochet's at. Just stuff-wise. Okay, let's fast forward to the Volpe at-bats. 5 pitches. This is what gives the Yankees the early lead in this ballgame. All right, so he misses his spot there. Meant to go in here, obviously, but this is part of the targeting strategy to... Part of the targeting strategy is to miss, shade to your miss pattern here. So he misses arm side, still stays in the zone 0-1. Now he's going to try to hit the spot that he missed before. Overcompensates, pulls it in. 1-1. Triple fastball. And not his premium velo either. Doesn't feel like he needs to go to it with Volpe, to be fair, early on. This is a sort of a good pitch to hit, but a little bit up. Doesn't have anything crazy on it, but good extension, and its Crochet is a very awkward approach angle, I think, horizontally and vertically in a way. Anyway, this ball definitely gets in on Anthony a little bit, and he's under it. So 1-2 count. Now he's going to try for the sweeper. It's kind of a backdoor. Could have easily froze him. Just throws the hands, gets another pitch, goes for the front door sinker, and misses with it badly. And because it doesn't have enough vert on it, Volpe's able to barrel this ball. Slaps it over the fence to right, 105-2. The kid's got elite pop in there, especially for his size package. In terms of like what he brings to the table, speed. He's not like a huge guy, but he's got pop in there. And of course, we're dealing with a Pitchcom issue in the live part of this game right now with Chapman, who just came in. They went straight to Chapman, no Whitlock. Interesting. I think maybe they feel like they might need a lot out of Whitlock in these other games. So here, he tries to go in. This is supposed to be a front door sinker. He wants to start this pitch here. and run it to here. And instead, let's see exactly where he misses. Yeah, he misses out over the plate where he can go the other way. Also, 7.5 inches of vert is not a ton, and that's why you don't usually go up with sinkers too often. And let's see what his four seam was on vert. 14.3, so that's a big difference. That's about 7 inches different there. Just enough for Volpe's barrel, who hadn't quite made the adjustment to the four seam, to still connect perfectly with the sinker. And it's 1-0 Yankees. But that's it. That's literally it. That's literally the only thing they got off this dude. Nothing else whatsoever. Nothing else whatsoever. He shoved the whole way through. Until now, Chapman's in the game currently. After a lot of Pitchcom issues, he's facing Caballero. This is actually kind of an interesting matchup. Slappy Caballero versus the powerful Aroldis Chapman. And, you know, the ex-Yankee Aroldis Chapman. Ooh, first pitch, super yanked in the dirt, 96. All right, so then let's go and watch the Weaver situation. So Fried shoved the whole game. He deserves a lot more of a look. It's not the moment right now. But he does go out for the 7th, and he's able to get this out on Jarren Duran, where he actually has to win a foot race, which is impressive if you ever win a foot race with Jarren Duran. Wins the foot race and gets that first out of the 7th. They end up making the move to Weave. Just catching myself up on what's happening over here. Now Chapman throws a strike. Okay, 95 miles an hour. It's a little odd to see. Crochet may or may not have a finger or hand problem. He was just shown shaking it out in the dugout. Okay, we'll see. Volpe's doing that bounding thing where he's jumping around, and Chapman just did like one of those step off and picks. All right. Here comes the 1-1. Up away. All right, let's get into this Weaver inning. So the first batter's Sadon, and it ends up drawing an 11-pitch walk. First pitch changeup, huge aggressive ambush type swing, thinking this guy just comes in the game. I'm going to ambush the crap out of this pitch, and I'm going to launch it. Chapman just did a triple disengagement, and now Volpe gets second base. So obviously we'll get into that after this half inning. So first pitch changeup, Sadon comes out of his shoes. Oh shit, I forgot. When it's this many pitches, you got to use the skip button over here. Nope, not the snail. The skip. Okay. 0-1, he's got to double up on the changeup. Gets another swing and miss. So it's looking awfully good. He's 0-2 right away. And this at bat. Another changeup down, fouled away. Finally switches to the fastball. All right, and this is what I saw a little bit. Now, we'll keep track of all the pitches, but this is obviously non-competitive. He pulls this ball way up and away. That's our first sign that maybe he's overcooking his fastball a little bit, which is what I saw live. This one's a lot better. He keeps it in line, gets it above the zone. And game of a couple feet here. This ball's, 5-6 rows out of play. Pretty close to being a pop-up to the first baseman. Goes back to that changeup. This time it's really low out of the hand. And Rafael is 2-2. Fastball up away. This time pulls it again just a bit. I think I'm going to check the metric here in a second. Yeah, 16-2. This isn't his best backspin. That kind of allows him to poke it away. Coming into the postseason, what's going on live in the game right now is very fascinating. Change up middle, pulled foul hard. I think I just missed one. Here comes the ball. Sorry, I got distracted by the fact that Abreu just made a crazy catch in front of Sadon. So Chapman gets the final out of the inning, Caballero. And the Red Sox will have the lead headed into the ninth no matter what, bottom of the ninth. So here's another one. Weaver overcooks. So this is the second ball that I've noticed he really flies off. Look at that. He's nowhere near in line. His shoulders are way, way, way gone. And I just think he's overthrowing a little bit. I also think he's had outstanding velocity lately. But it's almost a gift and a curse sometimes. And then Nick Sogard comes up. And, you know, this is playoff baseball. Fernando Cruz already getting going in the pen. Changeup down, ball one. Really good changeup strike. Again, though, do you trust your fastball right now? You really haven't spotted it yet. So he goes triple changeup. And this time, it's kind of the same pitch as before, but you got to give credit to Sogard. He takes it through the big part of the field, knocks up the middle, and the Red Sox are in business. And the really cool thing is how he takes second on this. Look at the hustle from Sogard the whole way. Sprinting, 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 sprinting. Doesn't really break stride, kicks it into high gear, gets himself into scoring position, which loomed large. Yoshida comes up, who I don't think started this game, right? Yep, did not start this game. He's been red hot, but it wasn't the matchup they liked versus Fried. Comes in this game here against Weaver. Is ready to hit first pitch. And this time it is a fastball. It's supposed to be up. He's all over it. He's got that short swing. Smacks it up the middle. 2-run score, and that's how the Red Sox have the lead right now. That was it for Weaver. He came out. Fernando Cruz did a good job. Didn't allow them to get another run. And Devin Williams had a nice inning as well. Did have a walk, but got 3 outs. So now the Yankees are playing from behind. Bednar's going to come in now in this game. And that's where we're at. That's where we're at in the moment. Chapman came in. His velo did look like very down to me right here. So let's get a quick check on that. Yeah, Aroldis Chapman, I mean, he's going to probably he's just getting warmed up. But 98.4 miles an hour average for the year. Right now, 96.8. It just looked noticeable. And, man, the Red Sox got a scare right there with this pop-up that just happened, where Cedon and Willier did not communicate, but they made the out anyway. All right, let's look at what Crochet did pitch-wise tonight since we're here. 41 four-seamers. And his velo is up 1.3 miles an hour tonight, which is spectacular for this time of year. He's already over 200 innings. 30 cutters, 22 sweepers, 17 sinkers, 7 changeups. 28% whiff. Did get 58 swings in this game. Incredible. What stands out? Anything? Not a whole lot. He pitched really, really well, man. Struck out a lot of guys. Looked good. Here's Max Fried, who arguably was even better. Not arguably, was better. Gave up no runs. 24 curveballs, 24 cutters, 19 changeups, 12 sweepers, 11 sinkers, 10 fastballs, 2 sliders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pitches he threw more than 10 of. That's outstanding. Bednar in a 1-2 count here to Sogard. He got 41% whiff. 19 whiffs on 46 pitches. What was the big culprit? The curveball. 10 swings, 8 whiffs for Max tonight. And changeup, 11 swings, 5 whiffs. Now, what was his final line? Final line for Max. 6 1/3, 4 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, 102 pitches. All right, let's get back over to the Dugout app. And let's watch this at-bat with Chappie here. So he's got Caballero, comes in. There's a lengthy delay. And mind you, Volpe's hopping around all over the place on first right now. Here's the first pick attempt. You see, he's hopping around. Chapman gives him the little courteous, like, yeah, I'll throw over. Now he does the load and go right there. This move right here is called a load and go. Is what, I don't know what some coaches would call it. So it's not a slide step because there's an element of a load. You see, this is as he goes forward, he counter rotates. Whoop. Whoop. I was never good at doing this. I could never do this fast. But that's what Chappie's gotten pretty good at. So he throws it, gets to 1-1. Notice that pitch was only 95. And now here comes the second pickoff attempt. Does that little step off David Peterson, Kyle Freeland move. Now he does that. I'm going to look at you and throw home. So definitely a little distracted by Volpe here. And he misses up and away. And here comes the third one where he just basically balks. So, obviously you guys all know the rules. Can't go over 3 times. And then it's a balk. All right, here comes a foul tip here. We get to 2-2 on the fastball, creeping it up to 97. There's another heater. So now he's starting to look like the same old Chappie. 98. Now he's pouring it in the zone. And he jams the crap out of Caballero here. Now here's the play in the outfield. Abreu comes flying in. Yeesh. With the man on base, that would have been a run. But they make the play. So, no harm, no foul. Chapman will probably be out there for the 9th, I would imagine. I'm pretty sure he's fine. So, all right, we got a question in the chat from Ray. How does that Pitchcom work? It's pretty simple. It just like talks to you. Like and if you have the keypad, there's like 6 or 8 buttons on it. It's just like fastball, curveball, slider, you know, sinker, whatever, all the pitch types. And then you can also have it say up, down, in, out, pick off. So when you're on the mound, it has like a little transponder in your hat. And it just talks to you. It just says, you know, pick off. Or you can really load it with anything. You can even change the voice. The Mets at one point had the Mortal Kombat finish him going on there. Stuff like that. So it's good. It's kind of fast. You can just, like, I think the best thing about it is they can just start calling pitches before you're even on the rubber. They can just start beeping them and you're just hearing them. Rather than having to wait for you to look at their fingers. But with the pitch clock, you still sometimes run out of time, so it can be a little tricky with it. But that's kind of the answer to that. Do you think Chapman cared about him being at second? He's probably thinking he's getting it out here no matter what. Yeah, I mean, I think that he was a little rattled about it. And in a way, it kind of just took it off his plate. It's still bad because now a single scores a run. So tactically, it's not the right play. And then also, maybe if you're second base is the easiest place to get tips from. But no, I don't know. I think it settled his mind a little bit. And this is a little bit odd, but I actually threw most of my best pitches actually with men on second or men on third. Something about starting my delivery oftentimes with my head either neutral or looking back at second allowed me to actually lock in a little bit better when I turned around and looked at the target, and also generate a little more rotational force in a way. All right, there's just a steal play. I think they're going to review it. I think Story might come off the bag here. Jazz is now in the game. No, I think he's safe. I think he's going to be safe. So there's going to be a man scoring position here for the Red Sox with 2 outs. This Yankee game is shaping up to be more depressing than the Phantom Menace. Oof. I'm sorry, Jay. We'll see. We'll see. Then again, they could flip the script on Chapman here. You don't know. You don't know. And luckily, it's not an elimination game either way, although obviously you want to win it. What Story just get this hit on? It was a first pitch fastball. Kind of up in, just kind of gets there. He didn't do much against Fried. I was curious how that battle was going to go. I felt like Trev was a little bit of an X factor tonight. But, you know. I heard this insane Shohei scenario today. He starts at pitcher, pitches 5, transitions to DH, then comes back to close the 9th. Completely legal, apparently. I mean, look, if you did it, it would be really freaking cool. So a Story was safe on the steal that just happened, and Bregman has a shot here for insurance run if he gets a hit here. Bednar makes a pitcher's pitch on the corner. Wow. Let's see if we can get to Bregman here. Ooh, a little tapper. Impossible play, but it's foul. Fried just demolished Story with breaking balls. It's true. I would say the slow curveball is a pitch that can give Trevor trouble at times once you get him aware of your fastball. Fried's just really good, man. And the ball cutting in on you. He keeps you honest with the ball riding in on you, whether it's the cutter or the four seam, and then it's changeups and it's curveballs. It's really hard to cover both. Really, really hard to cover both. Wait, what just happened? Why did it switch to Nate Lowe on here? Is this ahead of me? Does he get a hit or does he get out? Oh, Bregman. Oh, Bregman. Ooh, Bregman. Big time hit from Bregman right here. And now it's 3-1. Yeesh. So the Red Sox get a little breathing room here. That's probably going to be a big deal. 2-out rally off Bednar. Story single, Bregman. So we're only going to have this view, but we'll watch it really quick. Pickoff attempt. Good take there on the high heater. Here comes a second pickoff attempt. So both sides definitely utilizing a little bit of run game, at least threat, to disrupt some of these late inning guys. There's a good pass at a fastball. That had great vert on it, though. 19.3 on that one. Split. Here's that steal. Story was safe. It was challenged, still ruled safe. Oh, there's a warm-up pitch. 2-2 split here. This is the one that would have been an impossible ball to field probably, but it was foul. Gets himself another pitch. Goes down and gets this splitter. Smacks it down the line. Red Sox take the lead. Well, they extend the lead to 3-1. That could loom large. Could definitely loom large. Noah, Chapman has gotten 1 out so far, and if it stays here, he'll probably try to get the last 3 outs in the 9th as well. I want to see Bregman from the side here. He really, watch how he stays through this low pitch. It's just good hitting, man. The extension through this low pitch. It's clutch hitting. He went to the well one too many times. Judge, going to tie the game in the 9th. You heard it here first from Mr. Ray Santos. So now Nate Lau? No. Nate Lowe, who looks... I mean, his look is just absurd right now. Can we get a look at this guy? I mean, just for a second. First of all, his picture on here with the mustache and the smile is something else. But look, he's got the turtleneck going on, but it's not long sleeves. He's got the mustache. His clothing is tight enough to show off that body. I don't know, man. He's doing it. He looks like a big leaguer, I'll say that. Now Tim Hill's in the game, by the way, for the Yankees. So now it's a 2-run lead. That's a big deal. Man, we got Mars really throwing some Yankee stuff in the gutter tonight. All right. So who are the Yankees going to have coming up in the 9th? Looks like... Top of the order? Yeah, Caballero got out. So Goldschmidt, Judge, Bellinger. Yeah, look good, play good, man. If you feel good, you should do it. That's a lot of guys say it, but Madden, he was a big one. Like if you feel like it makes you sexy, then wear it. That was like the rule on the plane. You could wear whatever you want, as long as it made you feel good. That was the rule. Little blooper over here. Grisham's there. Okay, so we're gonna go to the 9th. Pretty sure Chapman's going back out. I don't see why he wouldn't. So we'll see how this goes. Goldong, Judge, and Belly. Yes. Dude, let's put up a poll if Spike Lee should be allowed to NY. All right, how do I do that? Because I just did now I'm on a whole different thing. Guess I could do it straight from YouTube. Let me switch back over here into the chat. Yeah, plus start a poll. Should NYC ban Spike from the games? All right. Okay. Knicks always lose these front row. It's a legitimate question, he says. Has the Dodger game started yet? No, they're warming up. But after this, we're going to cover those other two games. Easy on Spike. I still get residuals. It's true. No, I love Spike. I respect it. It's not his fault. He's not out there. He's not out there shooting threes. This would be a big-time rally for the Yankees. Let's see here. Chapman and Goldschmidt. I think they're about the same age. 37-ish. 37, 38-ish. And then Judge looms large on deck. I mean, if you can get the leadoff guy on, you kind of have to pitch to him. So that should be interesting. This live game is just not it right now. It does not. It's not doing a whole lot for me. It really is not. No, hold on. Did I see something over here? Play-by-play, box score, scorecard. Wow, look at this. Look at this feature. This is sharp. Everybody go watch Malcolm X. It's Fat Joe in attendance. Oh yeah, Fat Joe. He's kind of out on it. Wow, so the Yankee fans are doing their thing. They're getting up here, starting the ninth. Can it poppin'? In wildcard rounds, it's 0 for 12. Well, Narvaez's just got a foul tip off the groin, I think. Not great. All right, so while we're here, while we're waiting, just want to pull up the other two games by their special stuff. Just going to get rid of that right now. So Detroit, you know, I didn't get to watch a ton of Gavin Williams pitch in this game, but I did get to watch, obviously, all of Skubal. And Gavin Williams threw a hell of a game, too. Oh, Goldschmidt. Ooh, base hit Goldie. Little slider down, inside out swing. Pulls out the pitching wedge. Gets himself on base, and here comes Judge. Yep, Seiya locked in. What did I say? He homered in the last 4 games of the season. So he was on an actual home run streak headed into the postseason. Wow, so far only 11 votes, but everybody's got Spike's back. Well, now that the Cubs got the lead, I think they can win this series. Up, Judge spanks one up the middle. So Yankees have a rally going here. First and second, nobody out. It's going down real quick. All right, let's head back over here and we can watch Goldschmidt at least get this first hit. This was the at-bat first Chappie. So 98-4, pulled down in. Slider. Foul ball off the groin, and then here's the second slider, and he kind of inside-outs it. Slashes that thing into right. Little knock, 82-3. You can see on the high home, he just nestles it in. All right, Belly's up there right now. Oh, Belly, a little bleeder. Here comes Sadot. It's down. Oh, my God. Nobody scored, though. It's bases loaded, no outs. Oh, frustrating a little bit, but 3 hits in a row to start this inning. Oh. So here's Judge's at-bat. He hits a first pitch 100-mile-an-hour fastball. We knew Chapman had it in him. Right back up the box. at 116.1. So you're not going anywhere on that. And then here's the Bellinger hit. First pitch again, 99.3, gets kind of jammed, hits it 87. And then watch this ball drop in. It's going to be somewhere around here. Yeah, it drops in. Goldie had to kind of hold. Sadon runs it in. Every time it's out there, I think he's going to catch it. Wow, this is freaking tight right now. This is awesome. Man, we don't have another good look at it, but he just kind of lets himself get jammed here. Chapman pounding the strike zone, but so far 3 hits in a row. I mean, you remember he went how many batters without giving up a hit at one point? It was like, got like 40 something outs in a row without giving up a hit. Just kind of makes you due to give up some hits. Now it's Big G. This is crazy at bat. Power versus power. The Yankee crowd is on their feet. So he gets ahead of him 0-1 here. Man, this is great. I'm sorry if I'm ahead of you guys, but I gotta watch this for a second. Then obviously as soon as it comes up, we'll put it up. 0-2 count. Chapman just threw 2 really good fastballs right at Big G. Career with the bases loaded, 323, 11 homers, 150 RBIs. I've seen a couple grand slams from Stanton. I remember one was in Miami, hit it off of Jamie Moyer off the scoreboard. Ooh. I can't wait to show you this at-bat. This is one hell of an at-bat. My God. All right, so I'll load that up, and then we'll load this one up as well. Time. All right. This was also an interesting game that we're gonna have to get into. This could be a long stream. I hope. We'll see. Nicky P, Nick Pavetta, and Boyd, and an interesting strategy of how they use Palencia in this game. Comes up huge with a strikeout. Oh, wow, Chapman punches him out with a split. So here's the at-bat. He throws absolute cheese. Fastball up. Sinker by him, up in. And again, the velo just returned right as he needed it. Now he goes 1-0-1-1 here. Chapman, G somehow touches it, and then he throws him an absolute bastard splitter. Ha! You know, off the same line as those fastballs, that ball is looking like at this point, it looks like it's a screaming heater up. And he's just so far out in front of it. It's more of a timing thing than anything else. So a huge strikeout there. And now it's Jazz. So Jazz 0-1. My God. Mm, 0-2. Man, this is shaping up to be a big cojones moment. Jazz is already arguing with the umpire. Dude, it's fully in the box. Oh my God. No outs, bases loaded, ending in team and capable of getting easy run. A Noble Tiger, yes. All right, 0-2 count. Man. You can see the starters are just agonizing watching this game. They have them on a split screen right now. Fried and Crochet. Chapman and Jazz trying to dig in here, man. Can't strike out, can't pop out, can't hit into a double play. Got to hit a line drive somewhere or not swing at a ball. That's basically what you're at right now. Ooh, gets it in the air. Oh my God, they don't go. They don't score. That's a good question in the chat from Noah. How do you feel as a pitcher when you see hitters getting mad at pitches like that when they're fully in the box? I guess I guess sometimes you get a little ticked off. You could probably tell right there I was a little annoyed because it's just like, come on, man. Like, you got to know the zone. If you're going to argue and be that passionate about it, you just lose all your credibility if it's not at least borderline. So, I don't know. I used to get annoyed. Here's the Jazz at bat. Damn, still have no broadcast. So it's 2 outs now because here's the pitch I'm talking about, though. The 1-0-1-3. That was fully in the box. Jazz hates the call, but it's 0-2. Chapman just going at him with gas here. Then tries to go slider. This ball gets this guy gets put in play, but not enough to score the run. So now we're down to 2 outs, and it's Trent Grisham. I think if this was do or die, you probably go. But Abreu also has a plus arm, so they don't take any risks there. They live to fight another at bat, so Trent Grisham is the guy. Some good pitches in this inning. There's some tough pitches, some tough battling right now. Chapman has definitely gone to a different level a little bit with some of these fastballs as well. Good pitch there. Red Sox are 1 strike away. A lot of big workload here for Chappie. 23 pitches so far. Yeah, of course they will, because, you know, the expectations is a big part of pinstripe fandom. And, you know, bases loaded, no outs just gives you another reason to have more expectations, especially that they'll score. Oof. So he punches him out. Red Sox win it. Huge, big cojones by Chapman here. Here's the final at bat of the game. 101 up. The Yankee fans look stunned. And now I'm going to switch myself over to the Cincinnati and Dodger game over here. Miguel Andujar is batting third for a playoff team in 2025. And this was what set up the whole thing. He throws him a slider and kind of buckles him here. And then this is the last pitch of the game. 1-0-1-2. Up, in, nasty. And Chappie didn't even play it cool this time. He was super jacked up for this save. Man, and he sends them to bed. So Red Sox take the lead in this series now. It's official. Unbelievable performance by Crochet. A timely rally against the Yankee bullpen. So the much maligned Yankee bullpen does falter here. 2 runs in this game. And, you know, Chapman comes up huge. You know, I think he threw great. He gave up 3 base hits. It wasn't 3 walks. He didn't self-destruct. I thought the Yankees did a good job against him to get those 3 hits between Goldie, Judge, and Belly. But, you know, Stanton is not in his most locked-in moment at this exact second. He threw some freaking good pitches to him up and in, and then that split. So we can go back to that again. This at-bat, hold on. If we reload, it'll probably all be there now. Yeah, this at-bat versus Chapman kind of set him up to get out of this inning. So that right there sets the tone. Not great in the first pitch. Kind of fastball up, check swing, foul ball. Sinker here. I mean, it's perfect spot. Perfect spot. Front door sinker, and it's still 17 inches of vert, so it gets over the barrel. If this pitch is, it's just such a game of inches. This pitch is a little bit lower. This ball's demolished. Instead, he's nowhere near it. Then he comes back with another fastball. Gets it up again. So Chapman is basically forcing Stanton onto the fastball. And then the split, it comes out of that same line. I kind of highlighted it earlier. It's a high split, but it works from the speed differential, but also the way this ball is tracking. I mean, the trajectory out of the hand is there initially. So you carry that through, that'd be up. But then you see it peter out, and it's slower, and he's just completely gone. Look at the deviation right here in ball flight and their speed, 10 miles an hour difference. So that I'm sorry, Yankee fans, that was tough. But that was the first strikeout that set him up to get out of it. And then, you know, he just decides to, I'm just going to go right at Jazz. Perfect pitch. Perfect first pitch. And here's the pitch that Jazz hated, and you'll see how much in the box it is. I think a little bit he's reacting to the way that Narvaez caught this ball. But I don't know. Probably a strike. Feels like a strike. Argues it. And eventually, this is the pitch he puts in play. You know, has to swing at a pitch away off the plate because he's not sure where outside corner is. You know, and then Trent Grisham, this is not a matchup he's accustomed to. This left-on-left type of vibe here. That was probably the best chance. Fastball down. And he cuts under it a little bit. And then this was diabolical pitching right after that. I think I called the Ohtani homer in the chat. I think earlier today in Baseball and Coffee, correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody watched. Pretty sure I said he's got his attention with fastballs. I think he's going to go at him with fastballs. And I have it 1-0 Dodgers. So if he hit a home run, I think I'm right. And then this was the diabolical part of the pitching. Here's the slider. Now this is also a very hittable pitch, but he's clearly not looking for it. You see the buckle? But then that sets up that he has to swing at a pitch starting at him. And this pitch is way the freaking side, and he has to swing at it. It's an impossible pitch to hit. So also about 20 inches of vert on that. So that's about it from this game. There's probably more to look at with Fried. You know, later as maybe a blueprint for how the Yankees can win tomorrow with Rodon on the mound, another lefty on the mound. But let's hop over really quick to this game and see what happened here for Shohei. 101.2 in. Up, and here it comes. Why didn't we leave Fried in? So fastball, slider. Fastball and fastball. I knew it was going to be on a fastball too. I could sniff this coming. He got his attention the previous matchups with fastballs. And I also thought that he was saving a little bit of his off-speed approach for Shohei when it mattered more. So I knew he was going to go with fastballs and 1-0 Dodgers. So you can quote me on that, and that's what happened. And then Mookie singles as well on a fastball here. So, you know, the playoff bell has rung. Dodgers come out swinging it right away against Hunter Green. And on the other side, Blake Snell had a 7-pitch inning. This was the nose to toes. Whoop. See you later. And then a 1-pitch out here. And I think this is the tremendous matchup for Snell, is this Reds team. Gets in on the hands there. And then Miguel Andujar, also very aggressive. So 7-pitch first inning. Not ideal for the Reds offense. Oh, look at Tommy Edman made his way back. All right, so I think now that we've done that, we should backtrack a little bit. Back to the beginning of the day. So Skubal, if you haven't watched my video yet, you probably haven't. I just made it. He struck out 14, career high. He was unfreaking believable. The only run he allowed was on this play. Cleveland and Detroit. So it's a really weird play. Yeah, this is the only run that he allows. You got a man on second, first and second and 2 outs. Chopper over the mound. Skubal goes to get it, which he probably shouldn't have. A really aggressive base running by by Cleveland, and he's actually called out, but he's safe. Who's that? Martinez? Angel Martinez on second. This is just epic base running. He just never really stops, never breaks stride. Skubal tried to do too much here. I'm not going to fault him. I love the fact that he wanted to make this play. But yeah, he set himself up in a tough spot to make the play. And I'm actually curious if we could get a catcher view on the play at the plate. Probably no, not enough time. Anyway, that's the only run they got off Skubal. He shoved the rest of the way. He was literally incredible. Look at this at-bat to Joenski Noel. This is a 3-pitch punchy where he chases 3 pitches in a row because he's trying so hard to ambush a fastball, and he just never gets one. So even when they tried to change their approach in this game against Tarek, he was one step ahead of them, throwing them just absurd changeups and sliders. So Big Christmas had a tough day. Also who had a tough day, Brian Rocchio. My God. Let me show you Brian Rocchio's day, and then we'll go and we'll see what happened with Will Vest. This is Brian Rocchio's day. 3-pitch punch out. First at bat. Fastball, foul ball. Sinker, chasing that. Oh, we'll just get 3 fastballs, and you're going to be completely overmatched. See ya. And then the next time he comes up, it's a first pitch. I'm going to try to make something happen because I can't hit bunt, because I can't hit off Skubal. Bunt, which doesn't work. Flips it right to me. And then third at bat, 4-pitch strikeout. So 3-pitch strikeout, bunt back to the pitcher, 4-pitch strikeout. This is actually one of those high sliders. Skubal did get a generous high slider on the whole day. As you can see, this pitch right here was a high slider. This was the one pitch that I thought if these pitches went Cleveland's way, they might have gotten some better counts. But yeah. This was his second strikeout on just an absurd 101-mile-an-hour comeback two-seamer. To the point where this was a completely unfair pitch. I'm pretty sure Rocchio smiles after striking out here. Yeah, he smiles. That pitch was completely unfair. On the other side of the ledger, Williams threw really well too. 88 pitches, 8 strikeouts. It's interesting because he punched Kerry Carpenter out like 3 times like a week ago on all curveballs. So this was Kerry Carpenter getting a hit off him in this game, and it was on a curveball. So you knew that he was going to be looking for this pitch at some point. This time he gets down below it, smacks it into right. So that was a solid adjustment there. They kind of messed it up, so he gets the second, and that loomed large because Torque came up with a big hit here. So that's how the Tigers got that run. Which ended up being huge. And then, how did they get that second run? Yeah, they got the second run with a nice 7th inning rally. Riley Green on a curveball. Williams threw really well in this game. But he dominated them with mostly off-speed pitches last time, curveballs and sweepers, and I feel like there was just enough anticipation of that to get some hits in key moments. That's all. And this play really hurt them. This might have been the difference in the game. Kind of hits off the glove. Still could have got him out. Doesn't make the play. Just a weird play. So kind of like a double error, double error. And then Gaddis came in. He actually did a great job. He struck out Dingler. But then this is how the second run gets scored. It's a safety squeeze. Executed to perfection. Only one play you can make, and they take the lead. So really good small ball in this game, which is what you got to do sometimes, especially in playoff games when you know that you have Skubal on the mound. You only need one more run. So Skubal went the whole way. Then the rest of the bullpen for Cleveland did a really good job. This was actually a big strikeout to give them a shot in this game. Second and third here. Detroit looking to tack on. Cade Smith hits him with a nice split there. Throwing a super forkball as well, 519 RPM. So that's one of those weird forks. And then let's watch this Will Vest. What happened here? Yeah. All right. So Will Vest came on in the 8th. This was the first big out he got. Skubal left with a man on second. And he's able to get the pinch hitter Bo Naylor to roll over on a changeup. Vest is known for his fastball. He's definitely been the guy out of the bullpen this year for the Tigers. All right, so 9th inning. This is where it got really weird. Jose Ramirez, who was held in check by Skubal this game, leads off this inning with a bullet up the middle. Diving stop by Javi, but a kind of an awkward play where Torque drops it. It hits off Jose's foot. He ends up all the way at third. So time ran at third. A lot happened on this play. What exactly happened at first base here? So Torque misses it. And it kicks up and it hits off Hosey's knee. So he ends up at third. Man on third, no outs. Man on third, no outs. And here is how he gets out of it. Let's watch this at-bat with George Valera. Crowd on your feet. This is about as clutch of pitching as you can do, really, to strain this runner here. Slider, changeup, slider. Really good slider there. Gets under the barrel. Now he's going to go with that screaming heater. 95. I feel like one of the things that makes Vest tough is it feels like he's pretty quick to the plate. Like you don't have a lot of load time. Look how quick that was. I don't have a stopwatch on me, but this is really fast. So just an awkward load period for the hitters. Anyway, there's that foul ball again. Here comes a slider. Yeah, Williams with the loss after 0 earned is brutal. Yeah, it sucks. These teams are very evenly matched, honestly, Cleveland and Detroit. Very, very good matchup. So here's the big swing and strikeout here on this changeup. Man, look at that thing track to home plate and just die. Falls off the damn table. What a pitch. All right, now Manzardo, 3-pitch at bat. He had a good battle with Skubal today. Got a hit the first time. Then Skubal started giving him just a lot of fastballs after that, kind of dominating him. Vest gets to the 0-2. Comes the Cambio. Taps it forward to get them in the rundown. Really good execution by Vest. I don't love the pump fake, but he is super springy, dude, and he's on all sorts of caffeine or uppers or something. I mean, look at how bouncy he is. He catches it and he's just on it. Does a good job. No, this is key. Right here, he changes his angle just a little bit to head towards home. He's like, I am going to make sure that I get between you and the lead base, which is home in this spot. Now he knows he kind of has him. Now, I would have given up the ball here. That's just me. Instead, he pump fakes and just goes for him, tags him, turns around. Really controlled the whole thing. So kind of nice right there, and then gets a 1-pitch out and the save here from Kafis. Right down the middle, popped it up. So some clutch pitching and fielding there by Will Vest. And a huge win, Game 1 win for the Tigers. They don't waste Skubal's Herculean effort, which is big. Because they have to win when he pitches if you're going to win a 3-game series. You can't afford to lose that game. You're probably not going to win the other 2. All right, Snell looking great in the Dodger game. Just mowed those down. So that was kind of the way this game went. It was very low scoring. Both guys pitched great. It's not a whole lot to add to it. Curious to look at Williams. 22 sweepers, 21 curveballs. So he stayed on brand. 19 cutters, which has been a big pitch to him versus lefties. All 19 were versus lefties. It's crazy how he's such a different pitcher with both sides. Look at this. 18 sweepers versus righties, only 4 versus lefties. 20 curveballs versus lefties and only 1 versus righties. 0 cutters versus righties, 19 versus lefties. And then he throws 4-seamers to both, and he'll throw a little bit of sinker to righty and a little more to lefty, apparently. But yeah, so versus lefties, he's curveball, cutter, and a sprinkle of the others. And versus righties right now, he is 4-seam, sinker, and sweeper. That's about it. He got 40% whiff today, too. So he did his job. He did his thing. He was really, really, really good today. There was outstanding pitching in this game. So, I don't know. As we look forward to Game 2 tomorrow, one thing that's important, I think, is nobody threw too many pitches in this game, right? Cade Smith, 19. Gaddis, 19. That's on the borderline. They'll be fine. Skubal, 15. Vest 15. That's great. And they didn't throw any of their other dudes, so they're probably going to piece it together. Man, they have a motley crew over here. Got my guy Tommy, Rafael Montero's kicking around here, Paul Sewald, Finnegan, Jack Flaherty. They got a whole bunch of dudes. Who's Cleveland got active? Smith, Zabrowski, Festa. Huh. Is that Matt Festa? He was with us with the Mets for a hot second. Allard, Cantillo, Junis, Chaconi, Bybee, Heron. Heron's kind of sneaky nasty. All right. Let's go look at the Cubs game because this was the other game. Padres, Cubs. I picked the Padres in this series. It kind of flipped this way. A lot of the stuff that happened in this game kind of went the opposite way you would have thought. You know, the Padre bullpen got to a little bit, and the Cub bullpen was flawless. So for a minute, let me get in the chat here just for a sec. J-Ram did get a bit ambitious, but Vest made a great play. Yeah, it is true. How did he get caught in that? I guess you can't go there. But it wouldn't have mattered, because if he just strands him there and he throws the first, Vest that is, then he still gets the fly out. So, yeah, he's bouncy as shit. That's what I see. I don't understand why Cleveland wouldn't bunt in the ninth when they know they're a bottom-tier offensive team. Unless J-Ram is up, you got to play small ball to get that run in. Yeah, maybe with that first batter, you think about it. Well, Jared's saying goodbye. All right, Jared. Have a good one. Sorry about the Yanks. They play again tomorrow. They certainly do. All right. So this game, let's go to the box in this game. Cubbies and Padres. As we know, the Cubs got 2 in the 5th on back-to-back homers by Seiya Suzuki and Carson Kelly, and then they got 1 in the 8th, attack-on run that I feel like was pretty important. Nick Pavetta looked great in this game, minus those 2 home runs. 3 hits total. 2 of them went over the fence. That's the story there. Morehone had a good game. Mason Miller looked incredible. Punched out the side. Continues to be like the man. Jeremiah Estrada, he got clipped for a run, so that was a little bit unexpected. And then on the other side, Daniel Palencia, who I give Counsell a lot of credit, and I just remembered, Craig Counsell managed all these Milwaukee teams. They like kind of originated the pitching chaos. I will use my guys in different kind of ways. So yeah, he goes Palencia here in the 5th inning. So wasn't expecting that. He does an unbelievable job. Bridges it to Pomeranz, Kittredge, and Keller. Quickly, I got an unbelievable super chat. Jay Wright, thank you so much. Hey, Adam, I have a jersey of you. It was great when you pitched for the Mets. Thank you so much. Well, I love pitching for the Mets. Thank you for being a fan. Thanks for checking out the stream. We're having a good time hanging out. You know, checking out everything that happened today. We're on the Padres and the Cubs right now. All right, so that's the box score. Let's watch a little bit of this. Cubs and Pods. So I mentioned Nick Pavetta. He came out throwing very, very well. Let's watch some of these strikeouts. Here's a 4-seam fastball. Now, Nick Pavetta has a high release and a ton of induced vertical break on his fastball. At times, he's had some of the least amount of inches of drop on the way to the plate, which makes his fastball play like an elite pitch. His big issue in his career has just been home runs. He always had really good strikeout rate and showed a lot of other good qualities. Also, he's been a very good playoff performer. So that's kind of the effect there, that high heater. He falls on the mound here, but blows away Kyle Tucker. So this was early Nick Pavetta in this game. Another strikeout here of Carson Kelly. Curious to watch all of his at-bats for Seiya Suzuki. So let's do that because Seiya's locked in. So I'm curious kind of what leads up to the home run. So here's the first at-bat. Actually going to start him with a sinker here. Didn't know he was even throwing one of those. Sinker again. Classic Pavetta. Filthy stuff and a couple of solo bombs buried him. Saw a lot of that in Boston. Yep, that's usually the story with him is the home run ball. This was a great pitch to hit. That was missed by Seiya, oddly in a 1-1 count. Challenge heater, middle down. Very surprised he didn't crush that. Now they try to correct it by making a better spot. They do. It's higher. Just gets a piece of that. Now he goes to the curveball. This is Nicky's other very visually impressive pitch. Big 12-6 bender. Seiya stays on it, able to extend through it. But Jackson Merrill makes a nice running catch. That's that first at bat. Okay, back to some more strikeouts. Matt Shaw. Fastball away. Very nice. Ian Happ. Gonna get him with a sweeper. This is a pitch that he learned. I'm trying to remember when he told me he learned it. Was it 23? 23 with the Red Sox he learned it? And right away he had a pretty good one, which felt incredible because his arm slot's so high. And that leads us up to the Seiya Suzuki second at bat. And these are the 2 home runs. So let's watch all these pitches. At this point, it was the bottom of the 5th and 1-0. Nobody on at the start of the bottom of the 5th. So fastball up. Here comes a cutter, right on right cutter. Up, miss, so he gets into a bad count. He's going to go sinker here. Gets it to a good spot, middle up. Now he's going to go with that 4, and I think Say has been hunting that 4. Misses down with it. This time he doesn't miss it with the barrel. So he got one of those earlier. It was a little bit more middle. This one was a little bit pulled inside, just a tad. But you know they don't usually give you 2 of them. As I just watched Hunter Green strike out Shohei to end the 2nd over here. You don't usually miss 2 of them, and he is right on this ball. 112.2. So now he's homered in 5 straight games. The last 4 of the regular season, and the first playoff game. With an absolute bullet into the bleachers. Big time home run there. And then Carson Kelly comes up. .94 up and away, foul ball. Ooh, that's that cutter slider. That was a pretty good pitch. Doesn't get the swing. Look at that target way in. Misses middle. So that's a mistake pitch that he gets away with. Let's see what the home run pitch ends up being. Better pitch there, but not up enough. Fouls it off. You see, he's almost falling down on every pitch. Curveball away. Oh, it is going to be a fastball. Let's see if this is another middle down. Oh, no. This one, he got to the spot. But Kelly's on it. I don't have any hit data on it, but he hit it awfully high. 1 row back. So, good swing there. Actually, pretty surprised on a high Nick Pavetta fastball. He was able to get it, but he was. Does a really nice job here. Nice swing. Very, very cool. After that, he pitched pretty good. Strikeout to finish his outing. Does depart with without the lead, and they would go to the bullpen, which is, you know, everybody's pick. Why they like the Padres. One of the reasons I like the Padres is that bullpen. Yeah, Nick Pavetta really looked really good here after those 2 home runs. And honestly, he threw a good game. So that kind of is what it is right there. Mason Miller. Here's the 3 strikeouts. This is 103 mile-an-hour fastball, guys. So Say is locked in, but that is very fast. And then Carson Kelly is going to get called out on a banger. So much slower when you consider that he's throwing well above 100 miles an hour. And then PCA is going to get him on a slider. So he punches the side. He's been on an absurd run. And this might be pitch for pitch the nastiest man alive at this moment. He really might be. Especially from the right side. You know, Skubal, you know, notwithstanding. They were able to tack on another run here in this inning. There's a Swanson single off of Jeremiah Estrada. This is another guy. We don't even talk about this guy that much. Really, really good pitcher. Then they do a little bunting. You can see the shadows had kind of crept in here a little bit. This is the tough scenario in a way for hitters where it's dark around home plate but really bright in the background. As that ball enters the darkness, I feel like you can lose it a little bit or lose the spin a little bit. Your eyes have to readjust. Not an easy thing, and that's why a lot of people will wear sunglasses the entire time. Even in the shade there, somehow that helps them. Then there's an intentional walk, which is an interesting choice. And Nico comes up with a huge at-bat here. We'll watch the whole thing. But he comes up with a huge at-bat here to extend the lead. This is a great comment by Daniel Brown. Mason Miller giving up a bomb on 104 a few months ago was the best thing to happen to him. Started going 50-50, fastball slider, and is unhittable. It is true. No matter how good your fastball is, if they know it's coming, sometimes they'll hit it. And the power of going soft to hard, like slow to fast in pitching is a superpower. So if he does that with his fastball, yes, it's unhittable. Nico does a good job here. Stays through a slider here. Doesn't try to hook this ball. I think that's the key. Just punches it out there to center. It's deep enough. Merrill gives it the old try here, but hits the mound. Dansby's in. Take the lead. On the Cubs side, just want to throw a little love to these relievers and Craig Counsell for how he deployed them. Real quick, though, in the chat, Javier, heard a rumor they might try to switch base Miller to starting role next season. What do you think of that? Honestly, I think the genie's out of the bottle. Unless he's driving it and forcing it, I just think as an organization, you don't do it. He's too much of a weapon doing what he is now. I think I would leave him where he is if I had him, if I had the rights to him. But if he's driving it and wants to be a starter, I mean, how are you really going to stop that? You have to take what the player wants and what their desires are into account. So that would be interesting. But yeah. Anyway. Okay. So this was Palencia's outs, and he only had 2 outings, I believe, off the IL with a shoulder. He had been closing for them before that. He comes in the 5th inning of this game to face Tatis. So this was the move by Counsell. You know, Boyd pitched, did a nice job. He allowed 1 run, but he got to this moment with a man on base. This felt like an early leverage point in the game. Counsell fires his best guy, basically, for this matchup. Palencia versus Tatis. Gets him out on 1 pitch on the line out. Then he's going to get a rise here on a 98.7 mile-an-hour fastball. He's also their one real velo guy they have. You know, Rise, just don't worry about it. Even when he barrels, it's not going anywhere. PCA's there, no problem. 6th inning. And he's going to roll through this part of the order. Little weird backup slider to Manny. Gets him there. Jackson Merrill. Going to cook him with 101. A little ride up in the zone. Gets over that scoop. And then he's going to get a nice out here from Xander. This was actually a pretty good swing. This ball just didn't go anywhere. 105.3 at 18. Just didn't get it high enough. I think there was a little bit of an element of topspin. I thought in the moment this was a great swing by Xander Bogaerts. And this could have very well tied the game. I mean, that's close. That's awfully close. Then Pomeranz came in, goes 1-2-3, so I want to give him a little love. He did an outstanding job in this game. He's a lefty with a little bit of a cut shape on his fastball, weird flick curveball. Always has worked fast. Always been just an awkward presentation for the hitter. And the Cubs had to deal with a little sun in this game. Happ fought the sun right there. I think there's one here with Sheets. This one, it looked like he spanked it pretty good. You see Seiya fighting it a little bit, but he's got the shades. He makes the play. And then Cronenworth. So 3 fly balls. All 3 outfielders get one in this Pomeranz outing. And you can see here, there's a little bit of a question mark, but you know these guys are pros. They know where the sun's at. It's not moving. They can deal with that. Kittredge then, three batters, 3 up, 3 down. So the Cubs bullpen actually goes perfect in this game. Sinker 96, and then he's going to punch Tatis out. Wrigley was electric in this game too. Little high slider there. A rise. Line drive right to PCA, so good job there. And then Brad Keller is the man who comes in and locks it down. He's been doing a lot of the closing when Palencia went on the IL. He's had a really good year. Big sinker baller. Philo's been up this year. Former Royal. And, you know, I still think the Padres have the better bullpen, but that doesn't mean they were better today. The Cubs were better today. That's what counts. This ball was pretty close to being out. Doesn't make it. Finishes the deal here on a strikeout to Xander. Probably backdoor. Accidental backdoor. Yep, accidental backdoor paint. Ball game. And the Cubs take the lead, and they are in the driver's seat in this series. I think they're going to throw Imanaga tomorrow. I guess we'll have to look into that. Padres, we'll see. We'll see what the matchups are when we look at them in the morning on Baseball and Coffee. But that was the Cubs and the Padre game. What was the Padres' early run? The one run they did get. It was back-to-back doubles. Jackson Merrill. Matthew Boyd has done a nice job in playoffs as well. He threw really well for the Guardians, I believe, or maybe it was the Tigers. One of those teams recently in the postseason. Snell's got a little bit of traffic here in the third versus the Reds. Yeah, really good swing there. Almost identical to the ball that he flies out on later in the game. Really good swing by Xander. 109 there. Ends up on third base, so they were in big business here. Somehow this run got stranded though. Ground out, pop out, ground out. This was a huge strand by Matt Boyd. This loomed large. 2-0 lead would have felt a little different than 1. This is a big, big out to get. And then the Cubs were able to make it stand up. Outstanding performance by their bullpen in particular. That's the story for me in Game 1 now. They're going to have to do that almost every game. So I don't know how sustainable it is, but they could win one more like that in this series, no doubt about it. Ooh, Snell just got a huge strikeout of Noel V. Marte with a changeup to end the third with 2 guys on. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Are you going to do a Crochet start? I feel like I watched a lot of it earlier. We can go run through it a little bit more. I think I went through his player breakdown at least. Yeah, right? Yeah, 4 seamers, cutters, sweepers, sinkers, 7 changeups, 20% whiff. Let me go back to Yankees Red Sox for a moment and let's just lock in on some of these 11 strikeouts. We already watched that Bellinger one. Here's Grisham.
Yeah, I wish it were that easy, but he certainly hits.
What's up? And welcome everybody that is new to the stream. This is a beautiful sinker here to Grisham. Grisham had a tough assignment today. He got Crochet and Chapman, as they all did, but that's a tough assignment left on left. Here's a Caballero strikeout. Fastball. He was a machine. Fastball was up about 1.5 miles an hour. This was his 5th start versus the Yankees, so they just did not, honestly, they did not figure him out the entire year, even into this start. They won't have to face him again. This will be it. But for this year, Crochet kind of had their number. They won all 5 of the starts he made against the Yankees, and he was a savage. Even though he came out of this game as the losing pitcher in the moment because Fried didn't give up anything, he was as advertised. It's 1 pitch that Volpe hit, and that's it. Now, this was a pitch that I felt was a little telling of where Stanton's at. This is a very hittable cutter, and there's times where this ball's not coming back. Some medium speed pitch in the middle on 3-2. But Big G just not on his best timing at the moment. That could flip on a dime though. Grisham again. Remember, he had a really tough assignment today. Front door sweeper gets frozen there. Volpe, who homered that first at bat, this time hits him with a perfect back foot cutter. Strike, 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 strike. Ball, dirty. Yep, Snell's changeup has been a game changer for him, Philip. That's what I've been saying. I think that's what took him to the next freaking level. He always had the good off speed, the good fastball. But that changeup, what a pitch for him, man. And a lot of these lefties now that they're all learning how to throw, you know, different changeups and kick changeups. Like, this is why I think, I don't know, just the overall attack versus righties left on right has become very advanced. And the lefties were kind of the way this year. Lefties were the jam. Here's a strikeout to Wellesley. Frozen at the top. He hates it, but that's in there. Now Judge. I think I read today that he was the 15th pitcher in the last 50 years to strike out a batter 10 times in a year. Struck out Aaron Judge 10 times. And Aaron Judge probably going to win the MVP, or at least going to finish runner-up, and had 1,000 OPS and led the league in OPS. Struck him out 10 times. That stat alone should honestly propel him a little bit towards Skubal. That's insane. And then Trent Grisham, this was another. So Grisham had a really tough day. I guess I didn't notice how tough until now I'm going through it. Oh, 99. 99 sinker, and then his last out of the 8th that he gets is this one. Just 100 down and in. 100 miles an hour on pitch number 117 is amazing. Grisham, strikeout, 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 strikeout. So you got the golden sombrero today. Really, really tough. Really, really tough. You know, what's funny, Daniel, I love your comment. Red Sox extended Crochet at the perfect time. Went from all-star starting pitcher to top 2 Cy Young candidate in a year. I love your comment. At the moment, I thought it was kind of reckless. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought, holy shit, this guy really has not thrown that much. You're paying him now when you don't have to. At least see if he can keep going health-wise. Yes, he's special on the mound, but I want to see it a little more. They've seen enough. They saw enough. They signed up for it, and actually, in a way, they kind of made a partnership with him. Like, we're going to pay you, and we're going to ride you. And he's held up his end of the bargain, and then some. So great move by Breslow. Great move by the Red Sox brass. Identifying it, trading for it, signing it, believing in it, supporting it, and then obviously the player, they bet on the right guy because this player has he put together really one of the better seasons they've ever had, I think, on the mound. Fried could have thrown 117. I know, Jared. What did he end up with, Max? 102. You know, interestingly, and I'm gonna switch over here so you can. I'm just curious. So he gets him out here, right? He wins. Max wins the foot race here. Now watch Max as he do they give him? If you watch him right there, now you don't get to see him for very long. But in my opinion, this is not the face of a man who thinks he's out of the game. He looks focused right now. I'm still working here. I'm still working here. They don't do it. They go to weave. So interesting. I do think that these games, I mean, they're so close, and sometimes moves work, sometimes they don't. But I think the managers loom huge in these series with the moves that they do or don't make. I have a lot of respect for both these managers. I love them both as humans and everything. I think Cora is so smart tactically. I am fascinated with what he did today without going to Whitlock. How's he going to deploy Whitlock to try to put this series to bed in a big moment? I think that's going to be interesting. Daniel Brown, I was on the same boat. He was around a 3.5 ERA and looked to be a solid arm, but not 8 status. So it's interesting. Last year, the Red Sox pitching lab is cooking. That's so funny. Every fan base says that now. As soon as a pitcher pitches well, it's the team's pitching lab instead of it's just the pitcher got a lot better, figured some stuff out, and the team helped him a little bit. What was I gonna say? Oh, so last year he pitched a game against the Mets with the White Sox, Crochet, towards the end of the year. Let's see if I can find that. And he threw an outstanding game against us. Yeah, here it is. This is such a great app. He only was on to throw 57 pitches, 8 strikeouts. But you see how this game started? Strikeout. Couldn't quite get there. He got there at 9. Destroys Lindor there. Here's Iggy. And what was interesting was the thing that was interesting was this was not a changeup. Iglesias after the game and JD Martinez were talking to me on the bus, and they both agreed that his stuff was special. And I was like, damn, really? Like, I knew he was good, but they were like, no, like, we've seen a lot of pitchers this year. This was different. So that kind of caught my attention, and I always remember that because those are two guys who have seen an awful lot of pitching in their day. Look at that. Pete, smell you later. Tyrone. I mean, these are all just the strikeouts to open the game. Fastball in, gets the call. Then JD. And get him with a cutter. What a start for Crochet. He did eventually get clipped randomly by Frankie for the home run. We actually won this game, I think, like 1-0 or something because of this home run. Just kind of a first pitch cutter. You know, Lindor was on one at the time, but then he strikes out Pete. Anyway, he threw really well in this game. And that was like the first time I got the inkling that okay. The feedback is a little stronger than on a lot of other guys right now. Izzy Brennan, the Red Sox pitching lab, also traded Priester. Yeah, well, I mean, you're not going to hit on everything. And to be fair, if you want to look at something crazy, just go check the Red Sox injuries. A lot of these teams with these pitching labs, Red Sox, Mets, there's an awful lot of injured dudes that we don't think about anymore because they just keep bringing in another guy that they train to throw hard. But there's a whole bunch of people on the surgery table that probably didn't need to be there with some of the push that these organizations were giving. I don't know, at certain times and the pressure, but I don't know. It's interesting. Like they shoot for the top. It's worked out, right? They got nasty guys across the board. But I saw a list of Red Sox injuries today that was truly, truly ghastly. Let me see that. Giolito, Hendricks, Meyer, May. I'm just talking about pitchers here. So May, elbow neuritis, Hendricks, elbow neuritis, basically. Bernardino, Hicks, Guerrero, Fitz, Hauk, Cutter Crawford, Hunter Dobbins. I mean, that's amazing. Not to mention Sandoval didn't pitch for them either the whole year. So they were fortunate in a lot of ways that Crochet put this team on his back in a lot of ways. Ooh, Teoscar just went grand slam. So, oh no, 3-run homer. So it's 4-0 Dodgers. That was a 1-out slider. Yep, Bernardino's hurt too. So, I could go on and on about other teams too. A lot of teams are they like to boast about their ability to keep guys healthy. They don't. None of them are good at it. Very few. Now I did see a couple stats that were impressive on this front this year. The Cardinals had one pitcher on the IL the whole year or something. That's amazing. That's amazing. All right, let's go to this game. I'm going to wrap up the stream in a little bit because I'm tired. And, I've already about an hour and a half in here. And I'm not going to watch this whole game. I'm going to go to bed and then I'll talk about it on Baseball and Coffee tomorrow. But we will watch this because this makes it a 4-0 game. Hunter Green, they did get to him. They did get to him. Here's the third inning. It starts like this. Freddie walks with 1 out. Oh yeah, the Tooth Fairy has to come tonight as well. Very important. Then Muncy walks. So back-to-back walks. Damn, I keep trying to hit broadcast. We don't have that yet. Oh, I think there was just another home run. Back-to-back walks. And then here comes Teoscar. Let's watch the at-bat. It's a fastball ball. Goes Yank City. Sends him to second and third. So he's a little uncorked. Then goes slider. Teoscar's all over it. Knows it right off the bat. And the Dodgers have now quite a bit of a lead here on the Reds. So Dodgers have showed up big time in this game 1. And then Tommy Edman just came through with a dinger of his own. 2-pitch at bat. Hunter Green still throwing hard. That's an anger ball right there after the homer. 101. Now he's going to come back with a slider. So 2 sliders get clipped here. Tommy Edman down the line, 103.8 to 29. This guy's been unbelievable for the Dodgers in the postseason, huh? The series he had last year against us with the Mets, forget about it. Dodgers are rolling, folks. They are up, what are they up now? They are up 5-0 on Hunter Green. So they're going to chase Hunter Green probably pretty fast from this game. Unless, maybe not. Maybe they try to stick in there a little bit, see if they can get back in it. But if not, then the Reds will just kind of punt on it. They won't throw any of their best relievers, and they'll throw the whole kitchen sink at the Dodgers tomorrow. I think that would be the plan. All right. Thanks for hanging with me tonight. We are going to wrap this thing up. This was a good stream. I appreciated it. We ended up with about 30, 40 people on at times. In the final results of the Spike Lee poll, 57% said to not chill. He's good. He's all good. So we'll stick with that. We'll end that poll. Thank you guys for hanging with me, for voting in my stuff. And if you guys want to preview game 2s around the league and maybe see what else happened tomorrow, we will be on Baseball and Coffee tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. So be there or be square. Thank you guys for hanging with me tonight. And that's all I got. Peace.